The year is 2021. Melbourne is slowly but finally coming back alive after almost 2 years of being locked down. And after way too long of only doing virtual talks, I finally have an opportunity again to speak in person. It's a professional development event for a medical company for their sports doctors and surgeons. And as a physiotherapist and mindset coach at the time, I had insights that they wanted me to share with their team of professionals. It was my biggest opportunity yet. Now, at the time, people were still a little bit allergic to the outside world. So this talk had a live audience, but was also being streamed nationwide. I start the talk. This is my bread and butter. I've done this talk many times before. So I get to the middle of the talk and I gear up to make my big impact statement of the session. I deliver this big point, and then I pause to let the point land. Now, in this moment, someone who is on the live stream, who thinks they are on mute, but aren't, say out loud, "What a load of bullshit." I freeze. Did I just hear what I thought I heard? Do I ignore it? Do I keep going? Now, at this point, the whole room goes dead silent. I see everyone's faces, their eyes wide, their mouths dropped open. The organizer of the talk, who was sitting at the back, is running to the front of the room to try and desperately mute this thing. And in this moment, I'm here, just wanting to disappear into the ground and never be seen again. My body feels weak. I feel humiliated. And I don't know what to do, but I don't really have a choice, so I just keep going. Eventually, I get to the end, fumbling, stumbling my way through. I can't concentrate anymore. I'm skipping through slides so I can get to the end faster because I just want to get out of there. So what happens next? The next day, I receive an email from the event organizer. I click open with my stomach in a knot because I do not want this nightmare to keep following me. I read the text, and this is what it says. "Trang, thank you for your talk. It was interesting. Please invoice me for your time." And do you know what I respond? "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm more than happy to contribute my time. Thank you again for having me." I feel like I have disappointed them so much that I can't even bring myself to charge them. And the crazy thing is this, a few weeks later, I speak to someone else who has run a session for the same company, and they revealed to me what they got paid. $2,000 for that 1 hour session. That's what this company is paying its speakers, except me. Because instead of seeing myself as being worth multiple four figures, I'd taken this one comment and let it determine my worth. I'd let it decide for me. Now, the power that this comment has over me doesn't end there. I'd hired a professional videographer to film this whole thing. But what do I do with that file? I bury it deep, deep in the archives somewhere in my computer because even the thought of watching that footage would make me feel sick. And after all these years, I still haven't watched it again. I tried to. I looked for that file for tonight. I must have hid it that good. Or maybe I deleted it and my brain deleted the memory of me deleting it. I was like, I wanted to find this. For months after that talk, I stopped doing gigs. I kept telling myself, there is no way I want to ever go through anything like that again. I never want to feel like that again. So maybe speaking just isn't for me. Maybe I'm not cut out to be a speaker. All because of one comment. I shrunk into a corner of silence and decided that the world was better off without my voice. All because of one random comment by a random person about one part of my talk that said it was bullshit. I deemed myself as bullshit. Bullshit and worth zero.
So, Trang, I only met you in December at the We Rise networking event, and I got to see you speak on stage, and that definitely wasn't a fuck up. You're extremely powerful. But going back now and thinking about this fuck up night story and thinking about the woman that you were before this story, what's your advice for a room of creatives, coaches, and entrepreneurs, business people? What's your biggest advice?
You know, Mount Everest. Every year, over a short 3-month period, there are people who climb Mount Everest to get to the summit. And every year, there are people who die climbing Mount Everest. Now, where they die is in the last climb before the summit, the final push. It's called the death zone. In contrast, Mount Everest Base Camp, which is the first milestone, I did that last year and I Googled how many people die climbing to Mount Everest Base Camp. No one. No one dies hiking to Mount Everest Base Camp because it's early on, so there's not as much risk and consequence compared to the risk and consequence that is so significant, that is so great near the summit because you're already near the top. So what I learned was if I'm getting consequences like hate because I'm doing a talk that is nationwide in front of enough people that one person disagrees with one part of my talk, then maybe I am near the top.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm already where I'm meant to be.